Yo. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Turn on streamer mode in case it's not already on.
There's been time where I was working 12 to 14-hour days, 7 days a week, you know, working 2 or 3 different jobs sometimes, just to pay for another hour of flying and another flying lesson, and yeah, it's been worth it.
Welcome back to MotorFest, the podcast. My name is Becky Evans, and this is a podcast brought to you by Red Bull and Ubisoft's iconic game, The Crew MotorFest. Now, in this podcast, this is where I get to talk to motorsport athletes about their passions for all things speed, wings, and wheels. And you know what the really cool thing is? You can actually listen to this podcast whilst you're playing the game. So grab one of your dream vehicles, jump in, strap in, because you're about to hear from the athletes that actually get to drive these in the real world. Let's get the show started. Now, today we've got a very, very special guest. We're going to be chatting to Luke Chapella. Luke is a multi-award-winning Red Bull Air Race winner, known for his precision, skill, and fearless flying. From winning the Challenger Cup to landing a plane on a helipad in Dubai, Luke is committed to push...
The son of Zeus? Heck nah. I don't want no false god in here. you just came from? Okay. I have an idea. Either too much this year or too little. I'm just kind of like taking my cars around the track, see how they fare up. This thing ain't got no windshield. Welcome to the stream, by the way. So this thing is kind of slow. Red Bull. Wait a minute. Okay.
Fearless flying. From winning the Challenger Fearless flying. From winning the Challenger Cup to landing a plane on a helipad in Dubai, Luke is committed to pushing the boundaries. Fearless flying.
I've never owned a V12. I use like a jet, you know, like you can see the fire from the exhaust, like full time. We risk our life, but it is what it is, you know, like, and hopefully you get a good machine. So I want to have like proper missile, and how do you say, the minigun.
Yeah, the one with the like Tommy gun with the.
Yeah, that one, yeah. And oil like a oil leak weapon.
Yeah,
like
perfect. Mad Max style.
Yeah.
What's happening, guys? My name is Becky Evans, and welcome to Motorfest, the podcast brought to you by Red Bull and Ubisoft's iconic game, The Crew Motorfest. This is the podcast where I get to chat with some of the world's leading motorsport athletes and delve into their passions for all things speed, wings, and wheels. And the really cool thing is, you can actually listen into this podcast whilst you're playing the game. Today's guest was born with some serious athlete instincts. I'd be very surprised if you hadn't seen or heard of him. His name is Yuki Tsunoda, and what he's most famous for is his electrifying talent on the F1 grid. He's been racing for about 20 years. Well, that's if you also include his career as a kid go-karter, growing up in Sekigahara, about an hour away from Tokyo. He lives in Italy currently, but he's joining me today here in Milton Keynes. Yuki, thanks so much for being here, and welcome to the show. How are you?
Amazing. Yeah, just in the UK. Just flew back from Brazil. Yeah, just having a 2 weeks gap, so excited for a beautiful rest now.
So let's jump straight into it, Yuki. You've been described as a person who lights up a room when you walk into it, someone who knows exactly what you want, and you're unashamed and unafraid to express it. And in terms of your identity as a driver, you're known for quite a modern driving style. Could you break down what you feel your driving style is for us watching you on the screen?
My driving style, mainly, I have good confidence with the braking, so, you know, I'm good at attacking the braking, so you can use that also in, you know, the one lap, qualifying lap, hot lap, and also to overtake someone. I think this is coming from the... skills when I was very young, like, you know, 13, 20, 12 years old or whatever. My dad used to teach me a lot about braking, and that kind of base or DNA still inside my driving skill, and definitely I like to adapt braking. Recently, last two Grand Prix was a bit too much sometimes, and yeah, unfortunately a couple of times went to the wall, but yeah, still have good confidence, and you know, feels great when you feel the G-force, you know, with the maximum longitudinal G-force when you have nailed the great braking.
How do you feel that you have evolved as a driver these years, obviously starting in go-karting, and then just present day?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things. When I was karting, there were a lot of emotional things that probably, as a human, I was growing significantly, fast, and especially those times. And at some point, I even didn't like much motorsports. I got distracted by sports. I'm a person like, I want to try a lot of sports. I'm very active. So I tried like downhill mountain biking, swimming, a lot of kind of stuff, skateboarding, for example. And but yeah, I knew somewhere in my mind that motorsport is the thing that probably I'm very good at. And I started 4 years old, and there's always strong passion inside my heart. So yeah, it's kind of went through those moments and evolved throughout the years. And especially compared to first year Formula 1, which was 2021, and compared to now, it's a lot different. Even like 4 years, this kind of environment makes my mindset very strong as a human. Not just inside of racing, also outside of racing. Yeah, I feel like in general place I feel grown.
That explains so much. When I watched you on that Red Bull series where it was you trying different sports, you absolutely shone because it was just like getting to do other things and you were so happy and excited.
Yeah, a serious race series, I think that goes, I know you try to race with the vehicle that you don't normally race with, and adaptation to that is quite key. And probably because I was doing a lot of sports, you get used to it, adapting to some sports immediately. So yeah, probably that's why I'm good at it. And also the moments I feel a lot of adrenaline, I have to go flat out, and I go flat out from straight away from the, once I hold the steering and see how it goes. And those kind of moments are really, really exciting.
Yuki, I feel like you'd make a great drift driver. From everything you just said there, I think you'd be very good at it. I can't wait for the day to see you in a drift car.
Hey, I love drifting. Yes, when I was in karting, rain condition, for example, you can drift around, right? Especially, corner entry, it's actually sometimes good to drift a little bit to rotate the car and, to drive fast in the corner. But current Formula 1, it's hard to drift, you can drift, but not the drift that probably every people thinking about, it's not like total drift, you can't just drift all the way through a corner. Sometimes actually drifting is good training for us because of, there's a lot of sliding, while in the hot lap. But because of we got used to it too much with the grip, that trying to not slide too much, sometimes you can't really react as much as you used to be. So actually drifting training is some drivers does it, and actually some point even when I went back to Japan, I did some time on the snow, doing something drifting and just have fun. Yeah.
This is a question I'm asking all of my guests in all seriousness. If you could be a car, a plane, a boat, or a motorbike, which would you be and why?
Oh, good question. I'm thinking either plane or motorbike. I think the plane is quite good because you can fly around, but probably it will be boring. You see just same view all the time, so above the clouds. So I would choose motorbike.
Yeah, we're trying to match people's personalities with which vehicle they take. I love the fact that you chose the plane. You're kind of boring.
Yeah.
Floating about up there. We'll take the motorbike.
I'm actually quite easy to get boring with any sports, but that's why I got distracted a lot of sports. That's probably one of the reasons that I got distracted. But yeah, it's just easy to get bored.
That's my favourite tagline for this podcast. Yuki Tsunoda, great driver, easily distracted.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, you've been driving for a very long time. Your father was a mechanic and a former car racer himself. How has his influence been pivotal on your career?
Yeah, definitely my dad. Influenced my career a lot of parts, and like I said previously, that for example driving, part of my driving skill that I have a lot of confidence in the braking. Definitely my dad gave a lot of tips about braking, and he's the one always saying when you start, first thing you enter to the corner, the first thing you do is braking, right? Maybe some corners doesn't do it, but that brake, how you brake will affect your car movements afterwards. So braking is actually a really important part of the corner. And yeah, like he loved to do something mechanics, like touching some cars, karting and set up the cars, you know. And also probably he used to do a bit of motorsports as well. So he enjoyed, you know, doing a lot of doing motorsports with me. And yeah, I think he was always part of my career, especially like 14 years old. He was very strict, you know. Started 4 years old, like we started casually, and you know, once I actually started to win, you know, probably he saw this bit of talent to myself, and you know, maybe he thought probably we thought that maybe we can be professional drivers at some point, but to step up like that way, you know, we need to be more serious with motorsports, and he's the one started being a bit more serious and strict. And that's why one of the reasons that I didn't sometimes really like motorsports, because he was always the person like angry, mad at me, you know, like when I have bad race, he's the one who's very mad at me and really enjoy it. But without those things and without his teach or taught, you know, like listen, I wouldn't be here. So yeah, very appreciative.
I think it makes a better driver, genuinely. I did go-karting when I was 7 years old, and my dad was always like, it's okay, sweetie. I remember hitting
yeah,
I remember the cone in the middle of the track, you know,
yeah,
to separate the pack for the transponders. I just drove straight through it, and I came off the track, and my dad was like, it's okay, sweetheart. we'll go again next time. You know, clap forwards. I'm not a champion driver, so like I can totally appreciate the strictness from dads. It definitely gives you a good level of discipline.
Sometimes actually, you know, I was always watching the, you know, the family that's, you know, like, you know, parents teaching to their, you know, their kids very kindly. And you know, I was always compared to my situation with my dad, like, my dad, I would love to have like that kind of bit of kindness, you know, when you teach me something, because like, you know, like sometimes it's a bit too much strict, but probably because of he know my personality, like I don't really recognize until I experienced something really bad. Then probably he knew about my personality, especially those kind of, I wouldn't say negative side, but you know, one of the weakness of myself to progress the karting, and well, that's why he was being very aggressive to me.
You were 7 years old when you went to your first F1 race. That must have made a huge impact. Like, what can you remember from that very first F1 race?
First time I saw Formula One, yeah, like you said, 7 years old, when I went to Fuji Speedway in Japan, Japanese Grand Prix. I think initial impression from Formula One was just too loud. First of all, the engine sound, and I remember like I was always covering the ears. To be honest, obviously, if I hear it now, it's just amazing sound, like V10, you know, like it's so cool. But at that point, I was like get annoyed with that sound every time cars come, you know, cars in front of me. You just have to always cover the ear, and still you can hear through the, you know, the hands. So yeah, it's like I didn't really have a good impression of Formula One, but at the same time, I got impressed about the environment, you know, how the Formula One race works, and also all the drivers, how the high quality drivers are. And definitely I dream about, or one day I want to be a Formula One driver, but hopefully less sounds.
How are you taking that thought and cut to 2020 and your first experience driving an F1 car? It was a test session at Imola circuit. You were driving the Toro Rosso STR13. Can you describe that car and those crazy first sensations when you drove it?
Yeah, I still remember first time I drove Formula One. It was like, first of all, I got impressed about initial longitudinal jiggles after I accelerate. Just like the acceleration power I felt was you can't compare with anything, you know. And the vehicle I drove until then, and just has so much power. And even actually, it was first time I drove was rain condition, which is kind of, you know, less grip obviously because rain condition a bit more slippery, so you can't experience fully. It's not like dry condition, so you can't really feel the full power of Formula One. But still, with the rain condition, felt massive power. And also, another thing I got really impressed most was the braking. So even rain condition, normally you press brake half of pressure compared to dry condition. So there's a bit of step compared to Formula 3 to Formula 2. There's a change to carbon brake in Formula 2, and I still remember Formula 2 first time brake. I still got surprised, but like 10 times more. Like once I brake, like my neck went immediately forward, and like almost I touched the steering. Luckily not, but like okay, no, damn, this brake is very have a serious power. You know, most of the time after that, you try to tense your big neck and brake, and normally you'll be okay. It was like that situation for me too. But every time even that I tensed my neck, it's still my neck went forward. You know, like the power of the braking, I got like super surprised about that.
Let's talk about F1. It is the pinnacle of motorsport in the highest class of single-seater racing. It's all about speed, positioning, pushing the machine to the limit. F1 cars generally generate a speed of over 200 miles per hour on the straights. But there's more to F1 than just speed. It's about timing, aerodynamics, the strategic thinking. It's about precision. Can you walk us through an F1 qualifying session for us?
It's quite a simple thing. There's not much strategy to think about. Just drive fast in one lap. You know, drive fastest, try to be fastest in one lap. You can also feel the best quality, best performance from the Formula One, because once you be in a race, you know, you carry 100 liters of fuel. Also the tire won't be new tire, so it's already worn. So you have to kind of manage the tire to last long enough to make the strategy works. But you know, in qualifying one lap, you don't have to think about it. And with a fresh tire, it just feels full power of it. And it's all about how much you can nail every corners. You know, like obviously it's hard to be 100% perfect every corners, but every drivers are aiming to be 100%, close to 100% performance lap. And that's the kind of beautiness and the thrilling is the one that I really like most from the qualifying.
So describe to me your ultimate dream machine. That could be a car, a bike, a plane, and I want you to talk me through like what's your custom color setup, what kind of sound is it making? Tell me what that looks like and sounds like.
Right, color I don't care. In terms of sounds, I'd miss B10, B12 sounds, so that one. But engine, I would say I use like a jet. You know, like you can see the fire from the exhaust, like full time. And I used to love the movie called Death Race. You know, there's a lot of weapon on the car and kill each other. I would love that. You know, like obviously you risk your life, but it is what it is. You know, like and hopefully you get a good machine. So I want to have like proper missile and how do you say, the minigun.
The one with the Tommy gun with the...
Yeah, that one, yeah. And oil like a oil lead weapon.
Yeah,
like
perfect. Mad Max style, love it. If you were to take me for a personal tour inside your garage, what would I find? Is there a car that you own that you just absolutely love?
I would say Honda NSX. It's not like old classic NSX, which I still love that one. But currently I have the new modern NSX, and the amount of comfortableness you feel there in that car is amazing. Even though supercar, you know, most of supercar actually is very fast, but not really made for like a long ride trip car. And actually NSX, even I drove more than, we say like kilometers, so we say 500 kilometers or whatever, 400 miles. You don't feel any back pain, and just amazing. We're still having a good power. It's more than 600 horsepower.
Right, we're going to have a bit of a fun quiz. It's rapid fire. You've got to tell me which answer comes to your mind first. So I'm going to give you some options, and then I just want your immediate thought process, okay? Which one that you're going to pick.
Yep.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Extreme cold or extreme heat?
Extreme heat.
Driving by day or driving by night?
Is that like Formula One or just normal?
Just normal.
All right. Night.
The last time you received a speeding ticket?
Oh, I received recently documents from road. I don't know what I did, but it was actually yesterday I got, so yesterday.
Perfect, yes.
Yesterday.
Do you sometimes talk to your cars?
No.
You've never talked to your F1 car?
What? Talk? Like talk?
Say, be good to me today.
Never. It's more like be good to me rather than I'll
like,
be.
Come on, girl.
True, yeah.
This.
Never. Like.
Wow.
There's a natural sense that we connect each other. Like I don't talk.
What are your current favourite music tracks to listen to whilst driving? So pre-race, getting into the zone, and post-race to relax and de-stress.
I don't recently listen much music before the session, but like to de-stress sometime after the session or my way back to the hotel, I listen quite often to country music recently.
Ew.
I really
country.
like multiple country music, like from Australia or even obviously US and Texas. I was just in US and it's perfect to listen to the country song. So yeah, country song.
Is it better to be the best strategist or have the best driving skills?
Best driving skill.
If you had to choose any of the motorsport discipline, be it on land, on water, or in the air, which would you choose and why?
That's sick. On the air, that'll be sick. It's like Top Gun. You know, I'm right? I'm thinking about, Top Gun, why not? On the air, right?
With the sunglasses?
Yeah.
Like,
hell yeah.
I haven't watched that movie in a while.
I've learned a lot about you today, Yuki. I love it. I think it's brilliant. Yuki, thank you so much for joining me today. Before you go, I'd like to finish up with this quote from Christian Horner himself. Our biggest asset is not the buildings or the machines, it's the people and the brain power and the way they work together. The people feed off each other. Would you agree, or what does this mean for you?
100%. You know, Formula One environment, you know, like if people think all about, you know, driving and car. And probably you see most of it from the driver that, you know, who's performing in the car, but actually without
Honestly, I think
the people who work obviously creates every part of the car, and obviously not just.
Honestly, I think I'm gonna end it here. I know it's a relatively short stream, but honestly I'm kind of burned out right now. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you see when I upload, and I'll see y'all in the next one. See ya.